US and Iran have agreed to a 14-day ceasefire after 40 days of war. Despite this, the outstanding issue of the Strait of Hormuz continues to cast a shadow of uncertainty on the future of this fragile truce. US President Donald Trump has raised the stakes for his European allies, while Donald Trump has issued an ultimatum to NATO partners in conversation with NATO Chief Mark Rutte. Trump asked for concrete commitments and action to ensure freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. US President also expressed his disappointment with the military alliance for distancing itself in the Iran war, especially when Trump asked allies to help open the Strait of Hormuz. Donald Trump made a post on his Truth Social account where he said NATO did not understand anything unless they have pressure placed on them. Speaking after the meeting with Donald Trump, NATO chief said NATO partners are responding to Trump's demands. Without getting into specifics, Rutte said allies are doing everything the United States is asking.
Sensed his disappointment about the fact that he felt that too many allies were not with him. And I explained to him yesterday, I said, hey, Mr. President, clearly the overwhelming majority of Europeans have done what the US asked of him and what was previously agreed in these circumstances.
Response from Europe so far focused more on diplomacy and not on military showdown. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz said Germany is resuming direct talks with Iranian leadership. UK's Foreign Minister Yvette Cooper said 40 countries around the world came together in support of the reopening of the Hormuz Strait. She added that economic and diplomatic pressure on Iran, along with military options, should be explored to open the strait for a long term. Iran says the strait is open, but vessels need to take approval.
Until now, the Strait of Hormuz is open. Of course, there are technical restrictions because of the war zone and because of many arrangements that Iran did during the war, during this aggression against Iran. So there are some technical restraints, and this is why that all the ships that they would like to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, they have to communicate with our army and our military contact points there because of the limitations in this strait.
At the time of announcing ceasefire, Donald Trump said complete and immediate opening of the Strait of Hormuz is part of ceasefire agreement. There are lots of loose ends in Iran's ceasefire deal as it stands. Both sides are expected to sit on a diplomatic table in Islamabad later. Fate of the fragile ceasefire now hangs on direct talks between Iran and US.